Welcome to the podcast. I'm not completely sure which episode is this, but it's in the beginning of season 2. It's been a while, and apologize for that. I want to apologize. But we're here now, and that's all it matters. I am here now. So it's been 3 months from the beginning of this year, and a lot of things happen. Of course, most of them didn't went how I expected to. I spent a lot of money, and there was kind of zero profit. Again, I done some profit out of nowhere, from completely zero. Don't know how I have that superpower to make money out of thin air. And yeah, so can't remember what I was talking in the previous episode. We'll get to the track, I promise. Subscribe to the channel if you're following and like the topic and all of it. I will put more inside information in the future. How actually am I thinking? Why am I thinking that way? And kind of everything that is, makes me consider the choices that I'm making. So at what point am I right now in spiritual perspective? This monologue is something about myself. It's always been like that, but I believe that people have so much in common. Me and you have everything in common. We could be one creature even, or one thing, part of one soul, who knows? I love to learn new things, and when I had that money, I put in even more knowledge. Even more knowledge. But I have also the superpower somehow to change my reality, to change it completely. Today, my reality is, let's say, living in Spain, on the beach. Tomorrow, my reality is working 9 to 5 in Amsterdam. The next day could be working in a hotel in the USA. And the next day, recording this. And it's kinda hard for me to keep reminding myself, keep remembering what I should remember. Yes, it's hard for me. Today I saw 2 people that I haven't seen in years. Of course, I didn't spoke to them. They were in a car, just approaching me from the opposite lane, and we just passed ourselves, Not sure if they recognize me, and doesn't matter at all. But I recognize them. and they were the same people. Or they looked the same. What about me? I don't look the same. Last time when I spoke even with them were, what, 2017? Oh yeah, it was 7 years ago. And one of the people, I think I never spoke with him at all. It doesn't matter. They are relatives to one really important person to me, or at least were 7 years ago. And that means that this person is kind of the same person, but I'm not. I'm never the same from the previous day. Even right now, a couple of days ago, I'd done something that actually took 20,000 meters wide and 20 tons heavy rock out of my chest. When I'm arguing with people and when I just abandon them, let's say it that way, and tell them that I don't care about them anymore and I don't want to have anything in common with them, I'm feeling so free that nobody can imagine. So free. That's a complete freedom. Complete freedom. I love that feeling. Especially when I do that with my relatives, of course. My family. Don't know if any of you have that feeling, but my family, and that's my problem. The whole problem is completely mine, that I'm allowing this for years and years and years. It's not their problem. I have the same things with really close friends. That's because I were and I am allowing them to treat me in some certain way in which I'm not happy. I'm just allowing it because it's, I don't know, some kind of normal thing or something. And I'm just having that feeling that they have it in the back of their head, you know, and they will consider stop doing it someday, or they're just doing it because they're frustrated or something, or it's too much because of something for them. But no, they're just that way. They're just thought that way. And you have to take the responsibilities. And in the end of the day, the time has passed and the feelings were stuck and the heart got overwhelmed. And at the end of the day, tears were falling, but without the liquid. And were imagining the unimaginable because you had the faith, you had the belief. But in the end of the day, you have to decide and have to choose wise, because you were wise. You have to become again. And in the beginning of the new dawn, just repeat yourself again and don't forget. And stop losing anymore. of yourself. You know, I cannot lose myself completely or permanent, or could I? I have done a lot of things in my life. Not that old, not that young either, neither, or whatever. And I actually lost a couple years of my life, but not all the time, you know. Probably like most of the people, but even in the darkness times when I were losing myself, when I were, you know, you know, even then I think there is an escape. Like tomorrow I'm different. And I heard something. Somebody said that we are somehow designed, somehow created with forgiveness, no, but forgetfulness in our soul. And that's our biggest sin and missed opportunity. Because we forget with a snap of a finger. We forget just like that every single day. Don't know why we were designed that way, but it's so frustrated. And I kinda know that not everybody is like that. They were, but they are not. And this is one of the things that I have back in my hand. That I mean, the forgetness. I always forget. I forget that I got insulted. Forget that I were harmed. I forget that I were, don't know, beaten up like a MF. I forget that somebody is not even respecting me, or, you know. And why? Because it doesn't matter. So my, or let's say our brain doesn't care for our future. Is that it? Our brain cares only about our well-being now in this moment? So do our brain cares if he's gonna be existing in the next 5 minutes? Interesting. Because I think our brain do not care. He cares only if he exists now. What that means? Does that mean that our thoughts don't have future example? Does that mean every single one of our thought is a completely different creation? Like a completely different cell in our brain thinks every time? Let's say I'm thinking now for this record. 5 seconds later, I'm thinking for my next record. And those two were completely different thoughts, right? So they can communicate with each other, or they cannot. I think they can, or just the thought for creating the record now, saying what the next record should do, the next thought. And the next thought is it speaking to the previous thought even? We should think about it, you know. I can just think out loud like I'm doing, but don't know if I'm gonna get to a conclusion at all. So yeah, in the past couple days, like 4-5 days ago, yeah, I done that thing 5 days ago, but I have so much ahead of me. I had the opportunity like 1 month ago, let's say, to start doing things 2 months in a different way. I didn't done it. I tried a couple things, but I didn't make anything different. That's why I didn't succeed with that thing. So now I have to create opportunity for myself from the start. And I know exactly why I didn't done anything different. It was because I'm too different myself. Every single day. Every single time. Can you feel it? I think you can, if you're listening. I think I should listen as well. So, let's start. Thank you for your time.